So after all this time, finally Alien Earth has begun. The first 2 episodes have dropped and I'm here to talk about them and give you my thoughts. So let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for episodes 1 and episode 2 of Alien Earth. After an exhaustive promotional campaign for this series, seriously, we finally got there. Now, I got quite fed up with a lot of the promotional stuff with it because I felt it was very heavy. There was too much of it. But here we are with this first episode. I'm not going to get into heavy spoilers with it or anything like that. Just a quick breakdown of the story and my thoughts. So episode 1, we are introduced to the crew of the Maginot. This is the spaceship that we see in the trailers that crashes on Earth, and we get to see a bit of what is going on board there. Now, as the episode opens, it is much akin to that first Alien movie, very much so. There's a lot of member berries in it to that series, almost to the point that it is basically doing that opening of that film shot for shot. Is that a bad thing? No, not really. I mean, the sets look fantastic. They look like the sets from Alien. Seriously, they are that good. The cryopods that the people are sleeping in, the clothes that they are wearing, mother, you know, the room on the spaceship, all this sort of thing, the corridors, the stairwell, the ladder going down. It all looks like Aliens. That's all fantastic. So we are introduced to a wealth of these characters, but you know these characters aren't going to last for very long because this ship crashes, bar one character. Yeah, and we're introduced to the young girl of the piece, the girl that gets transitioned into an android body. We find out that the companies are sort of fighting for 2 different ways of extended life, of people not dying, and that is kind of making synthetics like the type we know of Bishop and that we see in the Alien movies, Ash Bishop. And then we have these androids here, the ones that they can put human consciousness into, but it's only kids that this can work with. The adult brain won't allow the transference to happen. It's only children that can go over, hence why these lost children, lost boys, there's Peter Pan references in this, but you know, they're not subtle, they are in your face. They even have to mention them because the audience may be too stupid to figure out that there's themes with Peter Pan here and the Lost Boys and Prodigy City and the Prodigy Company. The young boy that's heading that is essentially a Peter Pan type. So we're introduced to the main character, the girl, who's got a sort of fascination with her brother. She has to keep watching her brother, all this sort of thing. The spaceship comes down, it crashes, and her brother is in the rescue team with these military type that go on board the ship to figure out what's gone on. We do get some flashes of a xenomorph. The xenomorph does look great. It looks slightly different than the alien we've come to know. It's a bit more bulkier, the head's a bit larger, this sort of a thing. But yeah, we get to meet Timothy Olyphant's character as well. I cannot get used to what he's done to his hair, or what they've done to his hair in this, and also the blonde eyebrows that he has therein, because at points it looks like he ain't got no eyebrows whatsoever, and it's very distracting. Now, the series looks great, like I said. Not only do the sets look great, the special effects look great, and we do see a couple of these other new alien species. And other than the xenomorph, there's one other particular alien species that wreaks a little bit of havoc towards the end of the episode. Think a tick, very much like a tick. But yeah, so it's off to a good start. You know, I'm not entirely sure that I'm convinced of the young girl being in the body of the, you know, the sort of older looking android. The minute she's in it, she's kind of all of a sudden taken on a fair few more human traits, or adult traits, shall we say, especially in the scenes where she's talking to the other kids before they go through the transition. And she manages to talk them into being part of the first responder team, in going there and helping because of their abilities and this sort of a thing. But you've got to remember, these have still got the minds of children, and yeah, that doesn't really work for me too much. So yeah, to be honest, you know, an hour in length, this episode, it had its ups and downs. I wasn't exactly glued to the screen as I thought I may have been. There were moments where I was getting a bit bored, other than it looking fantastic. But we got to see where it's going to head, where it's going to go. But it's a decent start nonetheless. But what about episode 2? Let's talk about that one. So I'm done with episode 2, and I'm kind of left with the feeling that things are moving pretty damn fast. Okay, so the children that are in the synthetic bodies, they've arrived at the crash site, and they have to go into the ship with Timothy Olyphant, into the building that's collapsing. Wendy, she's looking for her brother. We do get some flashback scenes where we get a bit more information about Wendy and just what she can do. We learn that she's actually got a supercomputer in her, so to speak, so she's linked with a supercomputer in her mind. But then I have to question, then you're not the person you were, or the child you were. Now, going into an environment like this, I'd expect a lot of these children, you know, these children in adult synthetic bodies, to show fear. But you're only really getting that maybe through one of them or two of them, even though some of them are acting childish. You know, you've got to imagine, these are children. These are children with child emotions and things like that, where they haven't learned a lot of stuff, and, you know, how to process emotion, how to process fear, how to deal with it. And I'm not getting that sense from these individuals. So she's gone in with them. She wants to find her brother, obviously. So there's a split in the team. Timothy Olyphant and a few of them go one way into the ship. She goes another into the derelict building, or the building that's been crashed into, to find her brother. Her brother is about, obviously we know that from the end of the last episode, he was being chased by the alien, and he gets discovered by one of the Marines, or a Marine that's in the building, on, you know, or whatever they are, these soldier people that are there helping clear people out. And they come to a door, and some geezer opens the door. Seriously, knock on the door. Geezer opens the door, or he hears a kerfuffle outside, and he opens the door, and he's dressed in, you know, sort of 17th century French garb. Do you know what I mean? From the sort of Renaissance period, and he's hosting a party. A spaceship has crashed into this building. The building's, you know, well, possibility of it falling down, and he's still hosting a party therein. This is how stupid it is. And then we get some alien action where the aliens blended in with this statue in the background, and I saw it straight away. I saw it was there, and it attacks the soldier guy, you know, through his face, picks him up while he's firing his gun about, and just misses. The geezer comes out again from his front door because of the noise again. No one gets hit with bullets, and the alien throws that body apart, which hits Wendy's brother, throws him into the flat, or whatever you want to call it, the apartment. He's covered with the body. The alien comes running in past him and goes after all the party goes in there and makes short work of them, just tears them to bits in seconds. And we get some gruesome scenes, some geezer ripped in half, who's pulling himself along, he's got no legs, silliness like that. The brother goes in with a machine gun, the alien attacks him, but the one survivor of the crash, which is the cyborg guy, and I didn't say this for the first episode, but he's got attachments that come out of his hand. He had a welding torch in the first episode come out of his hand, seriously, to weld up the door, keep the alien from getting into him. And in this, he has a knife. At one point, he turns into a knife. Anyway, Wendy's brother gets attacked by the alien, and because her brother's got plot armor, it doesn't kill him straight away, just in time for the black fella, the cyborg guy, to come in and tase the alien. Tases the alien and knocks it out, okay? Then tases her brother, and he's unconscious. But then we get him sort of spraying this foam or some stuff on him, some sort of miracle webbing or something that covers the alien over, and he drags the alien out. The alien's got sealed in this bag, essentially. And then as he's trying to get out with the alien, a handful more of these soldier people turn up, tell him to evacuate the building. They're asking him what's in the bag, blah, blah, blah. They see the movement and they try and arrest him. But the alien comes out and again tears them to bits in seconds. It's over his shoulder, the black guy's shoulder, when it hears some noise and gets called away. Okay, now when I say that things happen very fast in this episode, what I mean is Timothy Olyphant and his kids, 3 kids with him, have gone into the spaceship, and with a matter of minutes, they found the Oculus, they found the ones that I said in the first episode that are like, ticks, where they feed on blood and then they, puff up with blood, and they find the plant hanging one as well. Literally within minutes. Then we come to find out that there's half a dozen alien eggs on board as well. Okay, so Wendy meets up with her brother, right? And within a couple of minutes, the secret's out that this is your sister. The other kid that's with her blurbs it out, and these two have a rekindling because they know that they're brother and sister. And he asks her certain questions. What did you say at Christmas? What happened at the funeral? Not at the funeral. What did Dad say to you at this occasion? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Nonsense like that. And it is nonsensical, okay? Because this stuff is just bam, 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 happening so quick. At the end of the episode, because this fella's got plot armour that he has, when they're in the egg room with the 6 eggs, blue light over it, he goes in, the blue light turns off, and he's hovering over, the egg like you do. You're looking over it, waiting for it to open up, and the alien appears, jumps in, grabs him, and leaps out with him. And Wendy goes off. And it kind of ends there. It leaves us there. There's a few more bits within where we're talking about, again, the sort of human condition and what it means to be, whether it means to be human in the body of an android or in the body of a synthetic, whatever you want to call them, whether that's classed as being human or not. That's a big part of this. The series does like all this stuff about the androids, and I'm wondering how much input Ridley Scott had in this, because he likes all that kind of nonsense, doesn't he? Right, now the alien, you get a lot of decent alien action in this episode for the most part. They don't hide it. They don't hide the alien in darkness. They don't shroud him away. You get to see him full on. A lot of heavy CGI and this sort of a thing. Like I said, the alien does look somewhat different. It's just bigger headed, and it feels a bit more brutish, a bit more bulky than what we've seen Alien look before. But yeah, first 2 episodes, obviously we've got another, 6 episodes to go, and it's unfair for me to judge a TV show at the moment at this stage. But what I can say is I think things are moving too fast character-wise. Honestly, I think, like I said, the brother and sister getting rekindled straight away when it was meant to be this secret, and, it should have led to that, it should have built up to that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not a bad show. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. But there's so much hype surrounding this that I don't think it can actually live up to the expectation of that hype. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts down below. I will say before I leave that there are some links to Romulus. There's a flashback with the brother, Wendy's brother, where he's trying to get out of his work assignment, and they're saying you've still got this long left on your contract, like the people on the planet and that sort of a thing. So there are linkages being made, but yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's not, I'm not wowing about it or anything like that. It is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on it down below if you've watched it, and I shall see you later. Take care.